I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Fall River Licensing Board. Today is Wednesday, February 20th. For the record, all members of the board are present. When your name is called, please come down to this seat here and state your name and address for the record. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. First item on the agenda are one-day permits. The Holy Ghost Feast, 227 South Main Street, Manuel Mata, August 23rd, 24th, 25th. Could you state your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Manuel Mata, and I live at 755 Bark Street in Swansea, Mass.
Okay.
I do own the establishment at 227 South Main Street that's known as the Adagio Restaurant.
Okay, so this is for
The Holy Ghost
the Holy
Feast.
Ghost Feast in Kennedy Park, correct?
Right, correct.
All right, and you're looking for beer and wine,
Beer and wine, yes.
and it's that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is that what that is?
It is what I'm requesting, but I forgot the Thursday, so I don't know if we can add the Thursday at this moment.
The 22nd.
Yeah,
The 22nd.
That's the dates, right?
no, but it's on the agenda.
Yeah, we won't be able to act on the 22nd tonight because it wasn't published on our agenda. You would have to refile for the 22nd.
Okay, I understand.
Okay?
Thank you.
So the 23rd is a Friday,
Right.
24th and 25th. And every day you want it from noon to 11 p.m.?
I want to shut half hour before the feast shuts off. So I put 11, but I think, I know the Sunday should be half hour earlier.
So Sunday should be 10:30?
Right.
So do I have your permission to change that on
Yes,
here?
yes, please.
So the 25th to 10:30 p.m., correct?
Correct.
Do you always have beer and wine?
Excuse me?
Have you always had beer and wine there?
He's never done it before.
But did they serve alcohol at this feast?
I'm not aware of it.
So where would you be selling this?
Okay, we spoke with the police chief, and he told us it would be under its own private tent and closed off from the rest of the,
Mr. Chairman, isn't there a point person for the feast? I mean,
Yeah.
I would like to know that the feast is okay with this.
yeah, the president signed on
Well,
it.
you sign, it says João Madeiras, committee president.
Yes.
I think we need to see some kind of a plan.
Yeah.
A schematic of how it's gonna be done. I want something from the police department, and I want somebody from the feast committee here to answer questions.
I mean, we have the
Okay?
time.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
All right, and that way, I think perhaps, I think it should be tabled.
And he's gonna
And
set the
if you want to amend to
Yeah.
the file,
The
correct,
26th.
to add the other date, do you think you can get somebody from the committee? And we
sure.
need a plan, and we're gonna need something from the police. Okay, so,
Works
is
for me.
there anyone else here in favor? Is there anyone opposed?
I'll make a motion that we table till the March meeting.
Yep.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, could I know that?
There's a motion made and seconded to table. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
The
The,
March meeting is what, Terry? The 20th.
March 20th, third Wednesday of the month.
So it's the third Wednesday.
I'm just figuring out if I'm going to be here. 20, yes, okay.
Okay,
Let us
thank
know
you.
if something changes.
Thank you.
Committee to elect Joseph Camara, 300 Northeastern Avenue, Teresa Malantantis, March 1st, 2019.
Oh, sorry.
Just state your names and address for the record, please.
Yeah, George Malatantis, 748 Madison Street.
Teresa Malatanti, 748 Madison Street.
Okay, and just tell us what you're looking for, please.
A one-day permit.
So, if you could speak up, please, so it can be picked up on the recording. This is for March 1st, which is next Friday,
Yeah.
6 to 10 p.m., and it's beer and wine only.
Beer and wine, yes.
Okay. And this is in conjunction with your business, correct? exclusive catering?
Exclusive
So
catering.
you're doing the food for
I'm
the
gonna do
event,
the
and you're
food
doing
and
the
event
beer and wine?
Exactly.
Okay, and have you made arrangements for a police detail?
Not now, but I will.
You have to have a
Definitely,
police
yes.
detail there.
I know.
Okay. Okay, and this is at 300 Northeastern Avenue, which is where?
San Anthony's of the Desert, the church.
Oh, in the hall?
In the hall, yeah.
In the hall there, okay.
All right.
Do you have any idea on number of people you expect?
Between 200 and 300 probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
And 6 to 10 p.m.?
6 to 10.
Okay. Any questions?
No questions, no?
Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed?
I'll make a motion that we grant the one-day permit.
And I'll second that motion.
So motion made and seconded to grant. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Just make sure you call the police department.
Yes.
Thank you, yes. It will.
Scotty's Pub, 777 Ellsbury Street, Scott Lopes, March 15th. Nothing.
The motion, actually. Because the next meeting's after.
15, yeah.
What's it for?
The Rotary Club. I just find it odd that he's asking for the license in BCC. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that BCC?
Right, but he
777?
for some reason does that particular one, he's done it last year as well.
Well, he's got all alcoholic beverage, beer and wine and beer.
He wants the, he wants the all, that's why I
Wants
think
all.
he checked it all out.
That's everything. So this is an annual?
This is the second year he's done it, so I suspect it is.
Is that when they have that, I think it's when they have that big raffle thing that they run?
Mm-hmm. If I remember, that's what it was.
Rotary.
Right, the Rotary Club. Yeah. You know what, why don't we just hold off on this?
Okay, see if he shows up.
Do a second call,
Okay.
Okay.
in case he comes in. Entertainment Canned Heat Craft Beer Company, 52 Ferry Street.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Matthew Wilson, 52 Ferry Street, Canned Heat Brewery.
Okay, and you're looking for a permit for live music,
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yeah.
And the hours, you want it to run with the license?
With the license, yes.
Yeah. And can you tell me again what your hours are right now?
Well, our hours run Thursday, Friday, 4 to 9, Saturday, 12 to 9, and Sunday, 12 to 5.
Okay. We cannot give you an entertainment license for Sundays.
Okay.
If you want an entertainment license on Sunday, you have to go through the mayor's office.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
That's just an ordinance in Fall River. Okay?
Understand.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so do
You got the
you,
hours
do
up
I
on
have
that?
your permission?
Yeah, we have a card up. Yeah, I was gonna tell you, Eric.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do I have your permission to write on here, because it doesn't say the days and hours
Sure.
requested? So
Yeah.
Thursday,
4 to 9.
Friday,
4 to 9.
Thursday and Friday,
And then Saturday, 12 to 9.
4 PM to 9 PM. Saturday,
12 to 9.
noon, 12 noon to 9 PM, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions?
No
No
questions.
questions.
All right. Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the entertainment license.
And I'll second that motion.
The motion made and seconded to grant. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
All set?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Common Victular License, Flame Restaurant, 390 Rhode Island Avenue. Okay,
Right on the side of the
okay, right, yeah. He's got a new profession.
Yeah, second time for this one? Yeah, missed that.
Hi,
Hi,
Hello.
Lori.
could you state your name and addresses for the
Joanne-
record, please?
Joanne Lucas, 159 Elm Street in Seekonk, Massachusetts. And from
Panagis Kapatos,
one,
159 Elm Street, Seekonk.
Okay, and can you just tell us what you're looking to do, please?
Basically, we're looking to open it like a sandwich shop.
Okay,
No, like sit-down dining or anything like that. It's mostly to go.
all right. Are you gonna have some seating though?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I think 8 tables.
Okay.
Two tops.
Yeah, it says 16 people.
That's right.
What are your potential hours that you're looking for?
We're looking for
10:30 to 9.
10:30 to 9 p.m.
What days?
Monday through Sunday.
Okay, and it's gonna be all sandwiches?
Sandwiches, some hot food.
Okay.
There's a steam table there. Rice, pasta, ribs, but it's all going to be like to take out.
Okay. And this is on Rhode Island Avenue. Was there a restaurant in there before?
Yes, it was a China store.
The China's, though, right?
Yes.
The Chinese place?
I think he reopened somewhere else.
Okay. Does it require any renovations or that you're moving anything, or it's just cosmetic
Just
cleanup type
cosmetic.
thing?
No, we're just cleaning. We did the floors, like scraped them up and
Okay.
cleaned them, with a power washer.
Okay, and when are you looking to open?
As soon as possible.
Okay, well, as you know, you
They do
spoke.
have their health
You have it?
certificate. It's not his thing, but he came up to me today and spoke to me.
Yeah,
so-
I have some people signed off on it, but I don't have everybody yet.
Okay, and we do have a favorable police report.
Oh,
It's all
yes,
set.
I have the current receipt
Okay,
here.
so that's all set. Everything else, so we just need the health certificate.
I think you should have those. I gave them to the health department. Any minute.
You can bring it up.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so that should be all set.
Are you talking about their signing off on it or just the actual certificates?
We need a copy of the sanitary certificate from the health department.
Okay, yeah, I think we have it in here.
You don't have it yet.
Oh, I don't?
It's printed.
Oh, okay.
Both the copies.
I know that I have something that everybody is signing off on as we're going
All your
along.
inspections.
Yeah.
Okay, everything else is in the file. So, anybody else have questions?
No
No
questions.
questions?
Okay, is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the common victualer's license.
I'll second that motion.
So motion made and seconded to grant. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay,
Let us know if you need anything.
you'll be able to pick
Manny,
that
you better come
license
see
up.
me to pick up the license, okay?
Okay,
Just
yes.
$60 whenever you get the copy of it.
Tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. I'll see you then.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, just make sure that the license itself that Kerry gives you is posted where it's visible when people go in the establishment, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Some people don't like to post it. One-time extension of hours, Dunnies, 13 North Main Street, Christopher Donovan, March 17th, 12 PM to 1:30 AM. And May 5th, 2019, 1 PM to 1:30 AM. Okay,
In the block party too, right?
It's on the next page, I believe it was.
not on the agenda though. 317, 555, that's all it says.
When is the block party in August?
June 27th. But I want to advertise though, and I want to get bagged.
You're gonna have to come
No,
back next
seriously, I don't
month.
want you guys to call and,
I like seeing the 132.
Yeah,
It
I'll
saves
set.
you a headache too.
Okay,
1:30
so
is more.
obviously this is for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes,
And 12 PM to 1:30 AM. Tell us why.
because it's a Sunday and I'm not open.
Yeah, no. That's
Oh.
fine. Let me
Oh.
finish. Why 1:30 in the morning do you need that?
Because it's our regular times on a Saturday.
I'll be honest with you.
No, because like in case the people go at one, we call last call at 1:10.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a Sunday night into a Monday morning.
So,
Okay.
understand?
That's a long time. People ought to be home getting ready to go to work.
Understood.
Keeping the economy going. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
I have no problem with you having the license, Chris, but I just think 1:30 is excessive.
It's 1 o'clock.
So I wouldn't mind going to 1,
It's fine.
if you're okay with that.
It's all good.
Okay?
Yeah, it might be.
Same thing for, is Cinco de Mayo
Same thing.
Sunday too?
Yeah, I was just following my hours.
No, I
on one day.
understand that, but normally for special events like that, we don't, a lot of times we don't go past midnight. So
That's fine.
it's a religious holiday, you should be in church praying all the time.
If they haven't knocked your church down yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
right.
it hasn't been
No.
closed by the bishop yet.
Actually, Monday already, though.
Another bar owner.
All right, so 1 o'clock is okay for both?
Yeah, I don't care, that's fine.
Okay, so are there any questions from anybody, any other comments?
No comment.
And Carrie will get you on the next
Yeah, it's fine.
agenda for your block party, okay?
Can I advertise for it?
No, because it hasn't been approved yet.
So I get when's that, next month?
Yeah.
I know, so
Yeah,
now
you're
that's
not
not
gonna
my
be-
fault though.
You're not
No,
gonna
no.
give the 90 days advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was already got the sign getting made up, trust me. It's
that's
all about
good.
proper planning prevents poor performance.
I'll share it for
Well,
you.
March,
I'm just saying.
You know, it's really not a big difference between March
It's
and...
24 months, it's 30 days, I'm not lying, but okay.
But I'm sure people are gonna be saving their
I
dollars.
followed my directions is all I did. I gave the paperwork in and I was just asking
Yeah,
why.
There was a clerical error and it wasn't published.
Understood.
Okay, so
Mm.
that's the bottom line. You wanna go to 10 o'clock?
If you need me to do one, that's fine, whatever you want me to do.
No.
I'm trying to make
Alright,
business
so
for
we'll
the city.
just
I'll close that.
We'll do
I won't
the
even
12
open.
to 1 on the 5th of Cinco de Mayo in March, okay?
Mhm.
Any
No
questions?
questions.
Is there a motion
I'll make a motion that we approve the one-time extension of hours.
And I'll second the motion.
as modified, correct?
Correct.
So motion made and seconded to approve the 2 requests for March 17th and May 5th, 12 noon to 1 a.m. Any questions? Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for coming.
Later.
Change of manager. Santa Cristo Club, Inc., 387 Hope Street, John L. Benjamin.
Hello.
Hi,
Good
could you
afternoon.
state your name and address for the record, please?
John L. Benjamin, here for Santa Cruz Club, 387 Hope Street.
Okay. And you're looking to become the manager?
That is correct.
Okay. Have you ever served in that capacity before?
Some basic.
Okay. How many hours on an average are you there a week, sir?
I'd say about 5.
5
Oh,
hours?
no, a day, I'm sorry.
Oh,
A
5
day.
a day.
A day, a day.
Because that did get off on the right foot then.
Stuff must be running real smooth.
All right. What are your hours that you are open?
We're usually open from 8 in the morning
Yeah.
to, we have the authority to be to 1 o'clock.
But you're a club, right?
Yeah, we're
You're
a
an
club.
actual
We're
club.
we're commonly, we close at 8 o'clock at night.
At night, okay.
Yeah.
But if something's going on? you stay
Correct. I
open.
mean, if there are members after hours, we do stay open a little longer, but commonly 8, 9 o'clock we're
It's
closed.
like 8 to 8. Okay,
Yeah,
and you're there about 5 hours a day?
That is correct.
Okay. We do have the police report. Everything is fine.
Okay.
So you're good to go. Are there any questions from the members of the board?
No questions.
Okay. Is there anyone else in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the change of manager.
I'll second that motion.
The motion made and seconded to approve. Anyone in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor? Aye.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Let us know if you need any help, okay?
Thank you.
Class 2 licenses, MP's Auto Sales, 851 Globe Street, Christopher Pino.
Christopher Pino, 25 Massey Road, Tiverton, Rhode Island.
Okay, so you're looking for a license, 851 Globe.
Correct.
What was that, that was a lot before, wasn't it?
It was.
And what was the name on it before, do you know?
I do not know.
Where is it on Globe?
Across from Amaril's Market, diagonally
Oh,
across.
okay, yep, okay. So,
Someone was just in here a couple of months ago, the school guy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's 8 cars.
Yes, sir.
What are you looking for hours?
I would like to be open from Monday to Saturday, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 12.
Okay. No changes to the physical?
No, sir, I just cleaned
Everything's the
it.
same? Okay. And we do have the police report. Everything's fine. So it's only for 8 cars. Right, you're looking, your application is in the name of MP's Auto Sales.
Correct. I'm also
Your-
looking for an auto repair license.
You what?
Auto repair at the same address. I filled all that paperwork out.
No, we
Submitted
don't
it.
do auto
Oh, okay.
repair, and it can't be at the same address, you have to have a separate address. You can't have two businesses at the same address.
The licenses were existing, we're just transferring them.
It's not allowed.
You can get another address.
You can get an
Okay.
address from the
Yeah.
engineering.
Okay,
So we're gonna approve it for 851, so
Okay.
you gotta get another address from engineering.
okay.
But my question is, you have your tax certificate,
Mhm.
business certificate.
I do.
You need to file a business certificate for the used car sales. This says auto repair,
Okay,
so it doesn't cover both.
okay.
All right, so you just need to do that.
At the licensing board?
No, city clerk's office.
Okay.
Okay? So you
Clerk
just,
and engineering.
yeah,
Okay.
so you gotta do those two things, okay?
Yes, sir.
So we can approve, if the board's inclined, it can be approved subject to the receipt of the business certificate. And then for your auto repair, just make sure that that application has that new number on it,
I will.
okay?
Yes, sir.
And then you'll be all set. Right, any questions?
No questions.
Is there anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the Class 2 license subject to the receipt of the business certificate.
I'll second that motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to grant. Anyone else subject to the receipt of the business certificate? Anyone in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you
Good
very
luck.
much.
Thank you. Swami Auto Works, 459 Plymouth Avenue, Tushar Patel.
Good evening, Tushar Patel, 459 Plymouth Avenue, Fall River, Mass.
Okay, so this is a new license because the other one did not get renewed. You've had the license here for many years, right? Any changes to anything that you're doing?
No.
Same
It's a
hours?
wholesale, same hours.
Everything's exactly the same. How many cars do you have there?
Wholesale, no cars,
It's all wholesale.
or wholesale only.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. Is there anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed?
Make a motion that we grant the Class 2 license.
And I'll second the motion.
The motion made and seconded to grant. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
New alcohol common victual license, RLJ Group, Inc., DBA Townhouse Place, 37 Purchase Street, Jenny S. Fernandez.
Another one?
You just give them down here, 'cause you're gonna be.
There's another chair.
Oh, okay, we have three. I'll stand. Come on, Rosa.
Who's running the restaurant? You all can't be here.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Madam Clerk, for the record, my name is Arthur Frank. I'm a lawyer with an address of 209 Bedford Street, Fall River, Massachusetts. The three individuals before you are the principals of RLJ Group LLC. They are from my left, Rosa Fernandez, Jenny Fernandez, and Luis Betancourt, a restaurant family. They intend to purchase the building located at 37 Purchase Street. They're under agreement. We went under agreement last week. And they would like to run a restaurant there to be known as the Townhouse, and it's going to have 3 different dining experiences with interconnected rooms. And if you look at the floor plan that I've submitted to you,
Hold on 1 second, please.
go right ahead.
Let's see if we'll do-
And the manager, so everything else. Yeah, you took it.
Is it in here?
I'll just give you mine,
In
Mr.
this
Chairman.
section.
not here. Right, can we see yours? Louise?
It's, what they're planning is a series of rooms, interconnected rooms, and for purposes of tonight's hearing, they've given them some preliminary names. For instance,
Here it is.
come in,
That's there.
All right.
if you entered the first door on Purchase Street, they have a room that they call the cargo bar. That's the preliminary name, and there was some discussion as perhaps maybe that would be a sports-themed bar. And then, but if you didn't want to be in a sports-themed bar, you could walk through the passageway and you could be in Cork Chops, which would be a wine bar. Each of the different dining experiences obviously having different types of menus, and I'll let Luis and Jenny and Rosa explain those in a minute. And then finally, if you were just looking for a quicker dining experience, you could go into Prego and you could possibly get a steak sandwich. The good thing about this is that it flows well. There's one central kitchen to service all three of the dining rooms. When we did this drawing, we just asked the architect to show, for future reference, where they could put a patio, but it's not on the application for tonight, so I just want to let the board know that. But you could have one of three dining experiences. They have their own off-street parking. I believe it's 22 or 23 or 24 spots in
22.
back.
Behind?
Yeah.
From what, Granite Street?
Yeah.
Is that up behind Mechanics Bank?
It would be,
Where you go from
if you were,
Burgess up to
if you run Granite Street,
Right, that
before
little-
you got to Dan Hendry's building,
Mhm.
they have
In the
parking
back
lot.
there,
And they also have,
Which is where this proposed patio is,
yeah.
right,
And
if they
and
get to that point.
And they also have an elevator for the building. It's going to be a sizable investment for them. The building purchase price is about $400,000. They are in the process of leveraging some other property to get the money to refurbish the building. That's another $250,000. I have to think that when all is said and done for the entire building, because this won't even take up the entire building, there are going to be some other storefronts, some retail storefronts. They're probably going to have over $1 million invested in this project. They're experienced restaurant people. If you've ever been down to the old Cinderella restaurant, which is now Roca. Barca, I'm sorry, I keep thinking it's Roca, it's Barca. Then you've sampled Rose's cooking. Perhaps you've sampled some of the fine wines that Luis serves there. Jenny used to work there. She's worked at several restaurants.
Mhm.
So you actually have a restaurant savvy applicant here. They're also well capitalized, and from what I understand, there wasn't any problems with the background check. I think it's a great investment for the city. It's properly zoned for what they want to do there. So they were here to ask your permission for this license. I told them that they should be prepared to discuss any questions you may have as to hours of service and possible menu items for the different dining rooms.
Good stuff.
So this is three just.
Okay, let's start with hours of operation.
Okay, so for more of the casual dining side, which would be cargo, and the steak and wine bar would be 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday 11:30 to midnight possibly, because we do find that there are not many places that serve until that time.
So 11:30
Mhm.
to 11 p.m. Sunday to Thursday,
Till 10 p.m.
10 p.m. And then Friday, Saturday,
11:30 to midnight, to 12 a.m.
okay, and then the other areas?
So Prego would be, so we've been kind of going back and forth between Prego and possibly a coffee shop. So, that would be probably 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. if it's a coffee shop, 6:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. as well.
So maybe we should do 6:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. for
Yeah.
now, and once we sort
Mhm.
out what we're gonna do with it. That
Yes.
works,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Well, you can't serve alcohol till 8.
Well, it wouldn't be there in that section anyways, right?
Yeah, not in
No.
that
That
section.
wouldn't be an alcohol.
Just
That's
the
one, I mean, one of my questions.
Can we block these off?
All of
Yeah.
these, yeah. My first question is, it appears, I would assume, these are bar situations here, right? With the, must be stools, right? So there's 3 different bar areas.
3 rooms.
So if you have a breakfast type thing, a cafe type thing, are you gonna be serving alcohol in that?
So,
Not until the hours of operation that we can serve alcohol.
right.
So the coffee shop will open 6 in the morning, for example, and we only start serving alcohol whatever the time, if we needed to sell.
Right.
That's not our priority.
So if the coffee shop, let's say, closes at 8 o'clock, can someone from the steak restaurant, do they have access to the coffee shop with alcohol?
Yes.
So they're
Yes.
able to get into the closed portion?
Oh, to the close, so after,
you
once it
able
would
to-
close,
After it close, it's-
there will
it's-
be sliding doors, so
Okay,
I
so
think,
you
yeah.
can
Yeah,
partition
It will
off.
physically be.
It will
Physical
physically
block,
close, so
block.
That's great.
So they can't
That's
go
huge.
into.
They cannot go
the
into
break
one side,
room.
Right.
to the other side. so.
Okay,
So that's good there.
all right, yeah, that was.
But all 3 rooms will be licensed, correct, essentially?
Correct.
Right, that's what I'm getting at. So
But
I
at
think
different
they're
times.
looking
Right.
for the entire thing to be licensed, but at different times.
Yeah.
So some type of sliding doors, whatever it
Pocket
is. So
doors or something.
if this middle section is a cafe type thing and you're going to close at 8, if somebody wants to go from this end to that end, they gotta go outside and
They
around.
gotta go outside.
That building is equipped with various outside doors.
That's got all like little stores.
Each one,
Yes,
yeah.
because of the way it was.
Community Connections building?
Yeah, and there was,
At one time?
back in the day, there was a breakfast place, there was, I think, a law office.
Yeah,
There was a variety
We're
store.
aging ourselves.
I know.
All right, okay, so I understand that, so I think the hours are a big thing. Where in all of this, is there a basement to this building?
Yes, there is a
So
basement.
where would the storage of alcohol be?
The storage of the alcohol will be under the kitchen, which is on
That back
your
corner?
right side, yes, sir.
So is this a staircase here, is that what this is? On
Yes,
this
it's a
diagram?
case down
To
to the
go
cellar.
down to the basement,
To the
so
basement.
it would be in that area
Of, of the bars section.
And where would deliveries of alcohol be? Would it have to be from purchase down that little
Will
alleyway?
will be at the same area, kitchen, there's a door that they can deliver.
In the back parking
In
lot.
the back parking.
So they can go in from there?
Yeah, they can go.
Okay.
Yeah. So right over here to the
Um,
kitchen, and then, the
What-
closet.
So,
The stairs are
what
still
type
right
of
here.
menu are you thinking of? I mean, is it all Portuguese food, or is it
On
gonna
the
be all
sports
different
bar,
kinds of foods?
on a sports bar, or will be more like appetizers, some wings, some pizzas, some more casual food. If you go to the car shops, will be a little bit more upscale. Will be like Portuguese restaurant with more dedicated to the meats, like
A
steaks,
steakhouse.
steakhouse, and
Okay, good. All right. All of you are gonna be involved in this.
yes, correct.
What about Columbia Street?
Okay,
Go
so,
on.
I currently, right now, I'm a jewelry manager of a large jewelry company in Dartmouth. So I will be resigning my position. I will be managing this project.
So you will be
100%. 100%
here.
there, all the time. Yes.
You're the person here.
Yes.
Whoever's the manager is staying on, are you the manager on Columbia
Yes,
Street?
I am,
Yes,
yeah.
okay.
Yes.
I think the license is in Rose's
Rose's
name,
name.
but I know she's in the kitchen all the time.
I was gonna make sure you just wanna close that place, I'm glad you know.
Yeah, so that's not gonna close,
No,
that's
no,
not your
no,
intention,
no.
is to move
No,
from
no.
there over here,
No,
that's
sir.
gonna stay, that's gonna
Yeah,
remain.
we're gonna stay.
Okay. All right.
And obviously, they can train enough people to.
What do you
to
think
part
is
of the staff.
training people, what do you anticipate as far as employees?
We anticipate between 10 to 15 employees, full-time mostly, some more part-time, so.
Okay.
Any capacity numbers yet?
Yeah.
There should
Yeah,
be some.
it's on the application.
Yeah, I'm very confused with that.
I was given a seating capacity total of 127, occupancy number of approximately 150, and the total square footage is approximately 2,660 square feet.
So have you worked on Columbia Street? So
Yes.
you've worked in the business. Do you have any experience with the alcohol side too?
Yes, so I'm actually currently attending a class with Primo Bartending School. I'm working
Okay.
directly with Shannon Primo and her husband to come up with a system of training employees. So I will be directly working with them in that.
You guys have questions? So it's an actual purchase for the building?
Yes.
It's gonna be a closing?
No function hall, Julie?
No,
So the lease is between the business and the restaurant?
Yeah, the building possibly going to be held in a realty
In a
trust.
realty trust.
Townhouse Realty Trust. Luis will be possibly the trustee, and they will sign a lease. And I think I gave you, I
got that, that's why I was confused when you said they were buying the building. I saw the lease, but that's
Yeah.
between the
That-
entities.
That's right. It'll be
Okay.
the two entities that are controlled by the family.
And we do have the police report, and it's approved. What do you anticipate as a time schedule? Like, when do you think
I
it
would
would be?
We would say our goal is within 6 months.
Okay.
Is our goal.
Because obviously, since it's a new location, it's gonna require inspections.
Right.
By us, by this board. The contract for the sale is subject to the license, obtaining the license.
So we could approve it, subject to
Inspection.
I think I
6 months
believe,
approval.
if I'm not mistaken, this is a sprinkled building, so we're already
Up to
a step
date.
ahead. And we have an elevator, so
Yeah,
as
those
far
two
as
things, yeah.
ADA compliances and building code, we're in a good position.
And how many cars did you say in the back there?
22.
22. Have any other questions?
That's it.
Can you just, Carrie's asking, if you can just repeat the hours again?
So for the casual dining side and the steakhouse would be 11.
Can you just say their names just so
Yeah.
I know?
Yep, so Cargo Bar and Cork Chops.
Is it pork chops or?
Pork chops.
That's what I thought.
Because
It's a wine bar.
Steak and wine bar.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So Sunday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Close Sunday,
Close Sundays.
Yeah,
day off.
yeah.
What about Prego? If I'm saying that
From
right.
6:30 in the
Prego.
morning
6:30 to 8.
to 8 o'clock.
Okay, AM, correct?
AM.
6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Thank you.
So actually, Prego is at the far end.
It's the far end.
So when that does shut down, it's kind of logical that that would be blocked off, so you're not gonna, I was thinking for some reason it was in the middle.
Middle.
Right.
So
It's-
it would be,
From-
it would make sense, it would be closed off.
Yeah.
And then these other two areas, they could go back and forth between those.
Yes.
Right, okay. At some point in time, do you think you'd be coming back with some kind of entertainment license? For any kind of music or anything like that, or that's
It's a
not in the plan
possibility.
right now?
Not,
It's a
not right
possibility,
now.
but,
All right.
yeah.
Is there anything else?
I think we've covered everything.
All right, so. I think everything else is in the file.
We just have capacity roughly.
Well, I mean, I think it's hard to say. Well, it says here, it's on here. It says cargo bar occupancy 48. So that must be seats, right? 2, 4, 10, 16, 20.
The building inspector will
26.
ultimately make that decision when they go out to their final walkthrough, so those are.
Yeah, I mean, they're estimates from the
Correct.
engineer.
Yeah, that's,
Oh,
basically
Based
that's
on the
what it
square
is,
footage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pork chops, it says 80, and Prego says 29. But that's not the occupancy, that's
That's
a
not
seating,
Yes.
Right.
right? And so you plan on keeping all those separate entrances the way that's set up now?
Yes.
Well, if you're gonna do different things in different areas.
And it's especially for deliveries, Mr. Chairman, because if you look, we've got this door in the parking lot,
Right there,
and the
yeah.
trucks can pull right in, go right into the kitchen, bring things in. We also have the side entrance. And given the amount of space, I think, and the number of people that could be in there at any one time, I think it's just better having more.
Right, and
Less.
with the way this is all submitted, from what I see, this is licensing only the first floor.
Correct.
Correct, for alcohol service, and it would obviously the floor below where the alcohol is stored would have to be licensed,
Okay.
correct? So it's just the first floor. Okay. All right. Everything else appears to be in here. We have the green cards back from everyone. Attorney Frank submitted that, the Corey check was done, that's all fine. You guys have anything else? And Ms. Fernandez is asking to be appointed as the manager.
We need two motions.
You have anything, any questions for us?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone else here in favor? Is there anyone opposed?
I'll make a motion that we grant the all alcohol common victuals license
And I'll second that motion.
pending inspection.
Pending,
So motion made and seconded to grant the license, subject to an inspection by the board. Is there anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
I'll make a motion that we approve the manager. on
And
record.
and I'll second that motion.
So motion made and seconded to approve the manager. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
If you
Thank you.
need anything as you
Excited.
go through, contact us.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the board, and any principals, anything they want to tell us? The citizens' input? Okay?
Make a motion that we close citizens.
All right. Motion to close the citizens' input time. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Motion made and seconded to close citizens' input. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor? Aye. Old business, new business, St. John's Holy Ghost Association. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What can you tell us?
Leonardo Diago, 306 Jefferson Street, president of St. John's Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
Well, last time we spoke, it was because we needed a blueprint, and at the last minute, I had to get a new architect, and I'm behind on that, so.
Do you have an architect now?
Yes, and
Who is it?
he's a volunteer that works for Horner Mills.
Okay.
And he's gonna donate, because this is all volunteers,
Sure.
and yes, he
Okay,
says.
we understand that.
So, he told me by next month, there should be a blueprint in to show you people where,
So you think for the March meeting, you'll have
yes,
something?
oh, yes.
Hey, we waited this time. I mean,
That's,
you tried.
you know,
We understand.
I'm always embarrassed, like, how
No,
many
you
more
don't need to
times?
be embarrassed. You don't need to be embarrassed. You're doing what
We
we've
appreciate
asked you
And
to
now
do.
I know I'm gonna have to have the blueprint of the basement where the liquor license is gonna be stored.
Yeah, where the liquor's gotta be stored, it has to be licensed.
So I didn't know that, I
Yeah.
just thought it was gonna be,
So see, it was a good thing you came tonight.
exactly.
All right, so continue it to March
Yeah, make a
30th.
motion that we
So
continue.
when is the next?
20th.
March
March
20th.
20th.
Okay, so I can write it in the calendar, so that way he's gonna have to give me
You'll have
that.
it ready, okay?
So I'll make a motion that we table this to the March meeting.
And I'll approve that. I'll second that motion.
So motion made and seconded to continue to the March 20th meeting. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor? Aye.
Thank you. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Abbey Grill, hours of operation. Private events.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, for the record, my name is Arthur Frank. I'm a lawyer with addresses at 209 Bedford Street, Fall River, Massachusetts. And with me is Mr. Andrew Lombardi. I believe he appeared here the last couple of months, and there was a discussion with respect to some troubles he was having maintaining a restaurant at that location. I wasn't representing him at that time, but he tells me that what he's looking to accomplish at that site, which he believes would work, would be as a function site. And I think the question has arisen, is that allowable under his current license, or is there a special type of license that he would need to get from this board? Because I'm familiar with the statute talks about being an accommodation to the travelers on the way. That language has been in there for 100 years. But it seems to me I think there are some places in the city that do just strictly functions. And the question is that a restricted license? Is it a different license?
It's the same license, but it's the same situation that was discussed with you the last time. And you sat there and said you were going to be open as a restaurant, and we have received several complaints. People have called for reservations, and they were told that you only do private events. So what your license says and what you do, again, don't coincide. So that's a problem. It's a big problem that you've misrepresented to the board.
Well, I was under the assumption we would be able to be open by now, but it's just not going to be able to do. I'm not going to be able to do it.
All right, so if you're not going to be able to open, then do you want to turn your license in until you're ready to run, to operate?
As a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd still like to be able to do functions if I could, please.
So do you have anything scheduled?
I do.
When?
Got something in April, something in June. Showing the space every week for showers and events.
One of the things that I was looking at, Mr. Chairman, and I'm sure you've taken a look at it as well. If you look at Section 12C, it talks about being a caterer and, catering functions. But then the language is kind of unclear because it talks about how you store your alcohol at your business location or a location to which you have permission. But then it says, but you can't have functions at your business location. Now, he has more than one location in the city of Fall River, and I'm just wondering out loud if, in fact, what he should be working towards is being a caterer and having a catering license and also having this separate entity that owns the function hall. So he could just have his functions. I did put in a call to Ralph Sacramone. I haven't heard back from him because I wanted to see if he could give us some guidance as to whether he should be slotted in a different type of license.
Should he just get one-day permits when he has?
Well, then you look at that other establishment that has a license, and they don't bring any food to the table, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the board needs some clarification.
So you've contacted the ABCC?
I called Ralph Sacramone 2 days ago. He hasn't gotten back to me. My question is this a situation where Abbey Grill should be under a caterer's license? He could have his catering business. He owns another property on High Street, and that's where he could technically say, that's where I'm going to have my operations. But the banquet hall is on Rock Street, and he has permission to store his alcohol there. But I'm just trying to get some guidance since he is the executive director.
Okay. I understand that. I think it's just confusing, and you can understand that we get complaints after we went through all of that.
I agree.
So are you representing to us that you are not open as a restaurant and you don't intend to open as a restaurant in the near future?
Yes.
Without coming from the board.
Without coming back to us.
Okay.
So if you say, come June and you think you're ready to go as a restaurant, you would need to come back to us to get permission to get hours again.
Yes.
So as of now, that license is to be used only as a function.
Yes, sir.
And you were told at the last meeting, you agreed, I believe, that you would notify Carrie when there were functions.
Yes, I will.
Correct?
Yes.
And I don't mean the day before, I mean like a week,
A
I mean,
week.
if you've got things already planned, we need to have a list of
Okay.
what's going on. And I would ask Attorney Frank, as soon as you hear something, let the
I will.
board know.
Yeah, I'll try to.
And we, if need be, we can address it at the next meeting.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
All right, so we'll plan on
That
being
way,
here
if someone
in
does
March.
call, Carrie knows what to tell them, that
Thank
you're
you, Jim.
not open as a
Thank you.
restaurant at this time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
So
All
I'll
right.
make a motion that we table this to the next meeting.
And I'll second the motion.
Motion made and seconded to table. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Got a email inquiry from Patrick Higgins regarding Rogers Coney Island hot dog. That he informed us that the business was sold, and he sent a copy of the LLC filing with the Secretary of State's office, and he wanted to know why they haven't applied to transfer the license. If you look at what was filed at the Secretary of State's office, it doesn't say anything about running a hot dog business. It says to own real estate, develop real estate, buy and sell real estate. So and he gave me the name of the lawyer who filed it. I contacted the lawyer, Attorney John Coughlin, and he represented to me that on February 15th, he sent a letter to the board, and I don't know if it's been received yet. I got a copy of it. He sent it to me in my office, telling us that the building had been sold and that they were in the process of selling the business. So the business is still operating under Rogers Hot Dogs Inc. Rogers Coney Island Hot Dogs, whatever the name of it is. But it's still running under the old corporation. The champagnes are still there.
Correct.
And it's their intention probably to get it filed for next month or perhaps April. So there is no violation there. It's still being run by the owners, which was the champagnes. The building was sold. Okay?
Sounds
So
good.
that was that. And the other thing is the 110 Grill. Mr. Higgins also sent us a letter about the 110 Grill, that the manager that's being advertised is not the person that's on our record, and he wants a public hearing to address this. And I've received several emails at my office, which I don't mind getting, but I can't always respond to emails. I've had enough time responding to my clients' emails,
That's what it's
like
called,
business
yeah.
people,
That's what
right?
it's called, yeah.
So, but he sends them to Carrie, and we did refer it to the law department. And Carrie also contacted, this is just for your own edification, Carrie contacted the ABCC, and Jack Carey, who's the investigator at the ABCC, is aware of the situation. And he told Carrie to reach out to the 110 Grill, which she did, and they are filing for the March meeting as well for a transfer of the manager. So Carrie told him that, that we had we got a written complaint, and Mr. Carey said they got an anonymous complaint, exactly the same as what our written complaint was. And that as long as they're in process of filing it, that there was no issue, that we could go forward. So, just so you know, we are addressing it. We can't, it's not immediate response, and the ABCC is fully aware of what's going on. So that's that, just so you'll know. Okay? The last thing we have is a late arrival, Scotty's Pub.
He doesn't sleep now, he's got breakfast through.
He thinks it's breakfast time.
Everything, he's doing it all.
Good evening, ladies and
Good
gentlemen
evening.
of the board.
Mr. Lopes,
How we doing?
we're doing good. Give us your name and address for the record, please.
Scott Lopes, 8 Edgeworth Street, South Dartmouth, Mass.
Okay, and Carrie was telling us this is the second annual event, correct? That you're doing for the Rotary?
Third, actually.
Third? Okay. Is this that big raffle thing they do, the baskets?
Yeah, the
and
full
all that
Rotary
stuff?
Club, yeah.
Okay, the Rotary Club.
Yeah.
And since you checked every box that's on our list, you want all alcoholic beverage?
Yes.
Okay. It's 4 to 10 p.m. at BCC. You use the BCC police?
Yes.
Right, okay.
I know to order all my liquor with separate invoices, keep it separate.
Yep, right. And It's to benefit the Rotary Club, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
One of my many generous donations.
This is true.
That's,
You are very
I've heard that,
generous.
you're very generous
You
to
are.
people, that's very nice. Your
All's good
reward-
with the breakfast place so far?
Yeah, going great.
Good, good to hear.
All right. Any
Hopefully
questions?
townhouse don't hurt me.
No questions.
All right, anyone else here in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we grant the one-day permits.
And I'll second that motion.
So motion made and seconded to grant. Anyone else here in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys.
Anything else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And I'll second the motion.
Seconded. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.